Okay, we're going again because we muted ourselves.
We were on mute.
We were on mute
for about
and
5
just
minutes.
talking along, and then we realized we were muted. So I'm Candace.
I'm Natalia.
And this is not a single fork, just another podcast about food and cooking, but we're keeping it real.
Real.
And now we are recording. Gotta hope so.
I was like, damn, that was a good 5 minutes. Why can't we bring that back?
No, well,
so let's see.
Because we can't hear
catch you up.
anything.
I'm tired, didn't sleep, took Benadryl.
And she couldn't remember if we did the intro.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about leftovers.
We're going to talk about leftovers. We're going to talk about, because we did a whole series of leftover video recipes that will drop in December.
Correct.
Mid-December. And so we just got past Thanksgiving. And leftovers are on our mind. And Natalia brought up mashed potatoes.
That's what we're talking about.
We were talking about mashed potatoes. And you got turkey, you got dressing, you got cranberries, you got what else?
Stuffing, dressing,
and mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So then we say, well, you can throw it all in a sandwich.
Yeah.
But how many fucking sandwiches can you eat?
Right.
And then you remembered
I remembered the mashed potato candy story. And so I actually told you how to make mashed potato candy, more or less. So I'm going to do that again because when I was a kid, I went over to someone's house, Paulette Pittenger.
There you go. Shout out to Paulette.
Dan. Paulette, if you're listening, God bless you and your mother for mashed potato candy. So anyway, so her mom said she was going to make it. And I was like, how in the world?
Yeah, and ew.
Yeah. So she had leftover mashed potatoes. This wasn't the holidays. They just had leftover mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes on a Tuesday.
They eat them. And so she mixed, I think, powdered sugar into it and then spread it out probably maybe like on, plastic or foil or whatever, and then spread peanut butter over the top of that and then rolled it up like a jelly roll.
And then refrigerated
it. And then I think refrigerated it because how would you cook it? You can't cook it. It would melt.
Yeah.
So refrigerated, and then you cut it into slices and it's candy.
And it tastes sweet like candy.
And it tastes sweet and peanut buttery. And then, so you have salty and sweet.
Yeah, which is delicious.
And I went home and told my mom about it, and she was like, oh, yeah,
But your mom had never made it. You remember?
Not for me.
Yeah.
No, but she'd made it when she was younger, or her mother made it or something.
So anyway, we need to make that. We need to show
you
guys.
So that was one thing, it was like, God, we should have done that.
Yeah.
So we will at some point. We will make mashed potato.
We got to make a note because we're going to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to write with. Right? Yeah. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we're going to put a pin in that. Okay. Holiday leftovers.
Which you'll probably have for Christmas as well. Similar leftovers.
Yeah. And what you were talking about, how it's so nice when you make a meal.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have any.
Yeah. Leftovers, we mean. Like, it's so rewarding when you're able to feed everybody and you're like,
you judged just right.
You're like, perfect. But that doesn't ever happen for Thanksgiving. So I'm sure there's leftovers everywhere still, since it's just been this week, last week, end of the week. We're at the end of the week.
We're a week out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Now what? And if you haven't frozen ever, you can freeze some shit if you need to.
Yeah.
You can freeze the gravy even. I mean, I don't know about the dressing. That can probably come out mushy.
Dressing, and it's already been cooked. So, I mean, you can refrigerate it. And your leftovers are good for about 5 to 7 days in the fridge. Well wrapped. Yeah. Don't just throw them in there.
So we did some interesting things with mashed potatoes. Well, I mean, shepherd's pie is not interesting, but it's something different that you probably didn't think about.
We put turkey in it. So it wasn't, traditional lamb shepherd's pie.
Yeah, it was a turkey shepherd's pie.
But it was good. It was really good. It was like pot pie, except with mashed potatoes on the top.
Kind of. Because we made a pot pie too, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it was similar filling.
Yeah.
It was just meat heavy.
Yeah, turkey heavy.
Meatier.
And then potato fritters, mashed potato.
Well, what do we call them? Holiday leftover fritters. Those are the ones that we tried in the air fryer. We did a dueling fritters.
Yeah.
So I made them the traditional way.
In a pan with butter and oil and deliciousness.
Yeah.
And I made them the petrified way.
In the air
fryer.
It really sucked all the moisture.
I mean, they
out
looked like two different things.
I know.
I mean, they look like potatoes.
They look like hockey pucks.
But I guess if you're being healthy, a nice hockey puck potato is
they were
yummy.
Dry. Oh my God, they were dry.
Yeah, it was not. It was
But the ones that I fried in the pan, sauteed,
amazing.
God, that was my favorite.
It was good.
And we served it with cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it was perfect. So we did those. We did the shepherd's pie. We did the turkey pot pie.
Yep.
We did something else.
We did quesadillas.
Those were good.
Too. Yeah.
Okay, what did we put in our quesadillas?
Okay, so it was kind of, traditional quesadilla, big tortilla, and then it was turkey. It was cranberries
in it.
Yeah. And then cheese. Yes. And some jalapeno.
But didn't we use dressing for something? Stuffing dressing?
In the fritters.
Oh, in the fritters.
It was just the fritters. Yeah,
okay.
The fritters had everything. The fritters had dressing, turkey, mashed potatoes.
That's right. That's right.
All of those things.
Okay.
And then we used the cranberry sauce as a dip. Yeah.
Quesadillas were good.
The quesadillas were delicious. Yeah. And I think, no, they had cranberries in them, so we didn't do any kind of dippy thing with them. Mm-mm. But they were really good. And see, that's the thing about, what's the word I want to use? It's like not a vessel necessarily, but something, a suitcase. Breads, things like breads that you can put stuff in, like a tortilla.
Right. You can stuff things in it.
You can stuff things in it. And you can put anything in it. I mean, you could have put dressing in it.
Yeah.
You could have anything. You could have, instead of cranberries, you could have put some gravy in it.
You could have to make it moist.
So there's so many different ways if you just let your mind run wild, especially with a tortilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I almost feel like that's a drunk food. Like, you get fucked up and you're like,
what
can I put in my quesadilla?
My tacos.
Like, everything. Put it all in there. And then it actually doesn't taste bad. And you warm it up and throw a little cheese in something. And what just happened?
I thought I was...
Were you falling?
No, I thought I had tipped my water over.
Oh, shit. I think we're both fucked up today. We're on our what does turkey have? Tryptophan?
Tryptophan hangover. Yeah, hangover.
Oh, man, that shit does make you pass out. Mm-hmm. Maybe I need to eat turkey before bed instead of Benadryl.
Try that.
Yeah.
Get a big old turkey leg like you did
at the fair. I'm not eating that again. God, that was disgusting.
But you know what? People love those
Another
things.
podcast episode, you go back and listen to it if you want to. I'm not getting back into that.
I'm not going back
Very
to the
traumatic.
To the turkey
the other
leg.
Day, someone was like, I am going back to that. Then the other day, I don't remember, I was talking to Ginger and she was like, oh, yeah, we went to Oktoberfest and I got a turkey leg and like happy about it. And I was like,
Oktoberfest turkey leg.
I was like, is it different? Is it October? Maybe it's different. I don't know.
If it's
but
a
people
different,
people
love those smoked. They're smoked. Yeah.
I don't know
smoked
what
and
they
roasted. Are. Giant turkey legs. I remember going, because I don't go to the fair, but Disneyland or Disney World.
All everywhere has them.
They're walking around in like Frontierland with the dang turkey leg.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they're enormous. I mean, they're this big.
I got the meat sweats. And I didn't even eat that much of it. I think it was just the grease sweats from all the grease that was dripping. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
That's not, I guess you can just eat a turkey leg off your turkey.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving, it's the traditional thing. You have turkey, of course, but then you can, people do alternative ham. We did a, prime rib roast to go along with the turkey because
you did both?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. We always do a second meat.
I think a lot of people do like turkey and ham.
Yeah. So what do you do for Christmas then? We used to, when I was a kid, my mom would.
Goose.
You do your Christmas goose?
We used to.
Get your Christmas goose.
Yeah.
My mom would always it would be Thanksgiving was turkey and Christmas was turkey until And usually I think it was me, and I said, why do we have to do the same meal?
Is it the same sides and everything?
It was.
And cranberries.
And cranberries and dressing.
Wow.
And yeah, it was.
That's weird.
It was just a repeat.
Yeah, we don't do the same.
Yeah. Well,
But
we
we don't.
used to. I mean, that was just kind of accepted.
I don't eat stuffing dressing unless it's on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Do people eat that during the year?
Yeah. Well, why would they? I mean, they have stovetop stuffing.
I know.
Well,
but do you know anybody that just makes stuffing on a Tuesday?
Well, Mom used to stuff pork chops.
Oh.
So yeah, she would do that.
Stuffed pork chops with stuffing.
Well, you make a slit,
and you put that shit in
it, and you stick stuffing in it, and then the pork chops are really dry because
I bet they're like hard to. They're like gooey.
It's
like
gummy,
chewy, gummy. That's the word. Yeah,
gummy and dry.
That sounds. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And here's the other thing. Mom was such a good cook.
Yeah, but it's relative.
You just have moments in your cooking lifetime that.
Well, it's about knowledge too, right? I mean, that was back when she used French onion powder dip and shit. And what was that other shit we used?
When we made the Russian chicken.
Yeah,
that's another. So
that was really good, actually. That turned out really tasty.
It's delicious. That's the French onion soup, apricot preserves, apricot jam.
Something weird though. I thought something else.
What was the other thing in it? Something that poured, didn't it?
I don't remember.
It's okay. But it's in our online recipe collection, our videos. Mm-hmm. So here's shameless plug again. We have a subscription where you get each month on the 15th 4 brand spanking new videos of us creating recipes. And sometimes we compete with one another. So you can see that as well. It's kind of like, let's see, we did the pot roast throwdown.
I don't think we compete. I think our tools compete against each other because it's very friendly between us.
Well, it's a friendly
competition. It's more like, let me show you how to do this way. And sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. Now the pot roast turned out pretty well.
Pot roast was good.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
That 2 ways.
Yeah.
But that gives you another option, right? I mean, if you don't have all the time to cook, which we don't, unless it's a Sunday, and maybe people don't on Sunday. I don't know what people do. I don't know what's happening. And you know, for even like a work night, meal, you're still able to make it in a what did I put it in? Pressure cooker.
Instapot. Yeah. And so we digress as typical. You get 4 new ones every month,
right? But
just think of this. We've been doing this since 2021.
Have we?
Yeah,
the online recipes.
I think so. Yeah, because we've done them more than a year.
Okay,
maybe 20. I don't know. There's over 100 videos.
That's insane.
In the library,
and you get them all.
Mm-hmm. And you can. The thing that I think is the best thing about them is that you don't have to like rush through everything. You can stop and start.
Yeah, because who doesn't want to just spend hours watching us make food? Stop
and
rewind.
Who wouldn't want to do that? And sometimes sometimes we actually show you how to make something.
In your downtime, just sit and watch us and rewind us. And...
We have good recipes.
Yeah, and different ones, something a little different. And
coming up in January,
Candace's favorite.
Well, wait a minute. Not only that, but we're going to start offering during when we drop the recipes, you're going to get grocery lists, meal planning, menu planning.
Yes.
So added features. Plus, in January, you're going to get soups.
I had to convince Candace to do soups because I like soups. I know most people like soups, and they're pretty simple to make. And it is kind of soups to me are kind of a leftover-y thing. They're not super expensive. They can go a long way if you have a big family. January is usually pretty chilly no matter where you are.
Yes.
And so I did have to convince Candace to make some soups for us.
Yes.
Do you remember what we were making?
I remember. I don't think so. We did more that were kind of helpful in terms of leftovers.
Okay.
So we did ribollita, which is Italian. It kind of means reheated. But it's beans and it's kind of like pasta fagioli.
Okay.
Except it has more flavor, I think. I mean, I think it's more delicious. So, and then we do white chicken chili verde.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do like that. It's because it's really more stewy than soupy.
So if you make a really chunky soup and call it a stew, Candace will
I like it a little better. But here's the thing. I don't want it every night.
Well, nobody wants something every night.
But that's what my mother would do with vegetable soup.
That's why you're
That's part of the reason why I don't.
Trauma.
I'm traumatized. It's childhood trauma. And don't think that that's a joke, really. I mean,
it's a thing.
Memories of food.
No, I had this discussion the other day. Like, I was forced to eat all my food before I left the table.
Yeah.
And even that, like, look, and you guys might disagree with us out there in the world. And again, if you disagree with anything we say, that's fine. We're just people. We're just people that have opinions about things.
And just because we have opinions doesn't mean they're right.
Right. It does not mean they're right. We're just letting you know what our opinion is. I forgot what I was talking about.
You had to eat everything.
Oh, I had to eat everything off my plate before I left. And if like this came up because the other day I had something in my fridge and I knew that if I didn't eat it, it would go bad. So I ate it.
Do you remember what it was?
It was a bean burrito.
Oh God.
Yes,
okay.
We all remember what it was because it stayed with me for at least a day and a half after I ate it. But I wasn't even hungry. But it's that when it's going to go bad, you don't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
And it's still however much I try on a daily to cut that out, it's in you. And it's in you the way that you were raised with food. And it's just, man, it's fucked.
Well, here's kind of the opposite thing. My mom, when she was growing up, my grandmother never threw anything out. Mm-hmm. So there would be like a tablespoon of something left, and she'd put it in a little dish.
Oh, yeah, my mom does the same thing.
And stick it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Uncovered.
Oh, no, she doesn't do that.
That made my mom.
Why? Uncovered?
Because my grandmother was my grandmother. Mm. So she would just stick it in the fridge uncovered, and it grossed my mom out so much that she, to this day, she's gone, but she would never have anything like if there was a tablespoon of something or 2 tablespoons, boom, you better eat it right then or out it goes. Wow. Boom, that's it.
No, we would definitely save it, but it would stay in that same giant container and take up all the room in the fridge.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. No, my grandmother she would use like, a cup and saucer. She'd take saucers.
Oh.
Little teacup saucers and put shit in it.
And then what? Open the fridge and have a snack? Like,
I have no idea. She just never threw anything away.
No, they didn't.
So my mother threw everything
and
away.
I feel like I'm not allowed to throw anything away, which is why I eat old bean burritos. And then I just fart for a day and a half and wonder why I have an upset stomach. Jesus, I got to stop doing that shit. Yes. But I can't. It's so hard for me to throw food. Look, I wish it had something to do with starving kids in Africa, but it doesn't. Like, it's not that. Like, it's just, I just have a hard time because I was taught not to throw nothing. I mean, like,
you couldn't
the
leave
bread ties, like, you'd have to keep those because you might need those for something else. I'm not a hoarder.
No, my older daughter used to keep clothing tags.
See?
A whole drawer full of clothing tags.
That really doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm not a pack rat or a hoarder. I mean, I'm a minimalist.
No, you. And in fact, that's one of the things that I have enjoyed about being with you for the last fucking 30 years of my
lifetime.
Is I have learned, it's okay to throw that away. Like I have. I mean, it still pains me sometimes, but most of the time I'm like, there's not much left. I can throw it away. Whereas before it was like, fucking scoop, clean that fucking container, and then wash the container.
Yeah.
Fucking jump off a bridge.
Yeah. So keep your leftovers 5 to 7 days in the fridge, well covered.
It's like that.
And then get rid of them.
Don't put your leftovers in like a cottage cheese container because it's confusing for us. When I go in to get my cottage cheese, like it's like that, a meme or that picture or that video, whatever the fuck of that. It doesn't relate. But anyway, this is how my brain works. Those old British cookie tins.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, I go to grandma's to get like cookies, and you open it, and it's like her sewing kit.
Yeah,
it's so true.
They do that on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And he plays the
Hispanic grandmother.
I think it's just the Hispanic. I think she's just the guy's mom.
Because I've seen him with Bad Bunny. Have you seen when they do it together?
And that's exactly what he does. Okay. Oh, thank you for bringing cookies you didn't make. Uh-huh. And he throws the cookies into the trash and then puts everything that's on the top of the counter, which appears to be sewing supplies, into the container and puts a lid on it.
Yeah. My grandmother had buttons in hers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that was what we used the fruitcake tins for.
Buttons.
Mm-hmm. Buttons. Every button in the world.
Yeah.
If a button came on a piece of clothing that was extra, tin.
Yep. I have a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
I do nothing with them. Why do I have them? Should I go home and throw them away?
Yep.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I should string them together and make a necklace.
I can. Maybe I'll make a Christmas decoration.
Yeah, you could string them together and put them on the tree.
There you go. Like a poor person.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
That and cooking my oranges. I'm like, I was born in the 1800s. Like, Jesus Christ, people.
Oranges, string your oranges.
And string
your buttons. And you don't need any other ornaments.
Yeah, I'm so organic.
Stay fresh.
Leftover bags.